What is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you are here listening to another episode of Paving the Way. And I thank you for joining me on this, hopefully, wherever you're at, beautiful Saturday morning. Guys, it has been a busy week for us. I don't know what it is about this time of year, just kind of like the summer. I almost want to say the summer winding down, but if you step outside, it's still a freaking inferno out there. So it's not that it's winding down at all. It's just kind of like that, like transition period. You get into summer and then you're all excited because it's pool and lake and beach season and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're just grinding through summer, and next thing you know, you're in August. So, guys, like I said, I appreciate you joining me today. I'm kind of coming off the back end of the message I put out on Wednesday about kids, mission, and legacy, and how that works in my life, and how that's been a big driver for me. With what Kelsey and I have going on in our life, and kind of our mission and our legacy that we're trying to build and leave for others one day. And it got me thinking about the concept of how big is your dream, right? So my dream and my mission kind of go hand in hand. And it's one of those things that I've heard from time and time again from a few different people, kind of said in different ways. But what it all boils down to is, in a leadership position, specifically in a business owner, business development position, something that has to be considered is, and asked of yourself, is how big is your dream? Because if your dream is only big enough to fit you inside of it, well, then you are the limit of your dream. But if your dream is big enough to be able to fit the dreams of those around you inside of it, well, then your dream is unlimited, right? So what that means is this. For my company, if I had a dream to say I want to have, a modest home, a modest income, a couple machines to work, employ maybe, myself and two or three other people, and that was my dream, then that would be doable, right? And hopefully those other people that are inside that mission there, that dream of that company, those two or three other people, hopefully their dreams aren't too big, because otherwise they're going to hit that lid of my dream inside of it. And so if you expand your dream as the leader to allow those other people's dreams to be as big as they want them to be, well, then you provide them more and more opportunity, right? So, and that's not to say that there's not times where you can have a wildly huge dream and a wildly huge plan and a vision for what you're trying to do and build. And there's going to be people that outgrow that, and that's okay. If you're that caveat or that stepping stone for them to get there, then you've done well. You've moved them up. You've graduated them through you and then onto something maybe bigger that they have planned. But I can tell you right now, guys, I want to have the biggest dream. A lot of guys talk about, I want to have the biggest truck or the biggest boat or the biggest this or that, blah, blah, blah. I want to have the biggest dream, right? Because then if my dream's big enough, that everybody else around me's dreams can fit in it. And that's not just people at my company, right? That's my family. That's my friends. That's my peers, whoever it may be. Like, I want their dreams to all fit with inside of it. And if I can do that, man, that's going to be cool. Because one day when I'm old and I'm, my life is coming, to its, final years, and I'm looking back over all this, I'm going to say, man, because my dream was big enough, I was able to help all these other people accomplish their dreams too. Because let's face it, not everybody dreams the same way. Not everybody wakes up and dreams of having a business or, multiple locations or all these opportunities and things like that. Some people, their dream is to have a nice home with a nice yard, a family, the kids go on a couple vacations a year. And there is nothing wrong with that at all. But in order for their dreams to come true, somebody else has to have a bigger dream to help provide that opportunity, right? That's how that works. So when you ask yourself, how big is my dream and who all can fit inside that, that really opens up to what your actual potential and possibilities are going to be. Because like I said earlier, if your dream is only big enough to fit you, maybe a spouse, a couple of kids, and maybe two or three other people inside of it, well, that's great. And if you fulfill your dream, good for you. That's awesome. But don't doubt the people who are telling you their big dreams. Don't doubt the people who are telling you that they're going to build the biggest brand or they're going to provide the most opportunity or things like that, because those people have to have those big dreams. So my advice to you is to encourage that, support those dreams, help ask questions to those people, because it sparks conversations, it sparks ideas. The people who supported Elon Musk or Steve Jobs or Jeff Bezos, all these guys who have just created massive, massive companies that employ and provide for so many people. I'm sure that they had the people who said, yeah, okay, Jeff, whatever you say. Okay, Elon, keep dreaming, buddy. But the people who supported that, those people are right there with him alongside. I can guarantee you that. And the people who didn't support him, I can promise you those guys are just waving as they pass him by, because they just get pushed to the wayside. So if you have people in your life that tell you their big dreams and their big plans, think about that for a second, because just because they aren't your dreams and your plans doesn't mean that they aren't any less important, right? And if you're the person who has those big dreams and those big plans, and other people tell you their dreams and their plans, and you're like, well, man, why don't you think bigger? Why don't you do something more? Well, you know what? That's not your life to live. And the reason I say this part of it is because I have a tough time with that, right? I was actually just telling my wife earlier. I said, it's weird. I said, Friday evenings or, Friday afternoons or whatever. I said, I always kind of get enjoyment out of walking out of my office to an empty parking lot. There's just something about it. I'm not one of those guys who preaches that you need to work all the hours or do this and that and grind and hustle and all that garbage that's preached these days. But there is something inside of me that just when I'm getting in my truck and I'm leaving on a Friday evening, whether it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever time it is I'm leaving, and I look through the parking lot of all the other businesses that are there and it's empty, I'm like, heck yeah, this is cool, because we're building the dream. We are building this opportunity. We're building this platform for other people to build their dreams on. And if everybody else is left and they're going off to start living their dream for the weekend, the evening, whatever they're doing, I'm happy for them. Even though that's not my dream, I'm happy for them, right? So my point is, take inventory of how big is your dream, because however big your dream is how much of an impact you're going to be able to have. All right. Some people desire to have a lot of impact. Some people desire to make it to the next day. Both are just as important. All right. So guys, that's my message for you today. Take inventory of your dreams. Take inventory of the people around you who are telling you about their dreams. Support them, encourage them, push them, drive them. Do whatever you can, because we're all in this shit together. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys